Drop that. Mm-hmm. 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 The queen is coming.
Hello. Welcome to the Audaciously Me podcast. I am your host, Ashley D. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Take a look around. I promise you'll love it here. If you are returning, welcome back. I appreciate you all for tuning in this morning, and I hope the new listeners continue to tune in. I have some great episodes coming. I had to take 2 weeks off so I can go kick butt on these finals. Did very well, by the way. Not to toot my own horn, but beep, beep. So, yeah. So just be prepared. We have some bomb episodes on the way. So as you can see, today I'm going to discuss 7 things I quit and why. I have a few questions that I want to read out first. If you are thinking about quitting something, these questions are something that you should ask yourself or consider, especially if you're trying to quit a job, because you don't want to just be like, oh, I quit, and you don't have a plan. So, get you some call to actions together. But question number 1, what will I gain from quitting? Why do I feel the need to quit? Have I done everything to make this work for me? Why did I pursue this in the first place? Answer all of those questions before you just quit. After you answer them, you will have your answers whether you should quit or not. So, number 1 of the things that I quit and why. I stopped complaining. Number 1 reason why is nobody really wants to hear you complain. You can babble on all day long. People can pretend that they care and look you dead in your eyes and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, but nobody wants to hear it. Nobody. Trust me. Sometimes I don't even want to hear people complain, but I like to be a listening ear. So I quit complaining because I knew nobody wanted to listen. Well, let me rephrase that. I knew nobody really wanted to hear it. Instead, I see the problem, and instead of finding ways to manifest the problem, I started searching for solutions. I asked myself, okay, why did this happen? What can I do next time to prevent this from happening? What can I do to change it? As I started considering my options, I noticed that I don't complain as much anymore. Things happen and I'm like, okay, why did this happen? How did it happen? How did it get to this point? Where did it go wrong? Let me rewind. Go back over here and pick back up where I left off so I can see, what happened. Just what happened. I want to know what happened. So once I figured that out, I have my solutions and I can carry on with whatever it is that I may have wanted to complain about. So, and also, complaining brings on a lot of worry. And worrying is not something you really should do, especially if it's something that is out of your control. If you find yourself worrying about something, sit with that problem, say for about 5 or 10 minutes. And after that time is up, if the problem's still there, stop worrying. Okay, all right. So moving right along. I'm sorry, I hit my dresser. I tried to switch my room up and record in a different space with better lighting. So yeah, here we are. And I like to talk with my hands sometimes. So, number 2, I stopped being so hard on myself. I noticed that I would always second guess myself because I held myself up to a certain expectation. And I felt like I could do this. I could do it way better than I just did it. And how I ended up doing it ended up being something that people liked. And I was like, no. Let me do this again. Let me do it again because I could do way better. Way better. Knowing that and being so hard on myself, it stressed me out. Stressed me completely out. I was never satisfied with anything that I did. I was always like, no, can be better, which it can be. Everything has room for improvement and everybody has room for improvement. But I noticed that being so hard on myself made me feel like I wasn't capable of doing anything at all. No matter how much knowledge I have on it or how much experience I have with it, second guessing myself played a big part in me not doing half the things that I could have been did, you know. But now I just stick to saying this one saying for myself: if not now, then when? If not me, then who? And when I say that, I'm like, girl, you got this. You got this. It's your turn, baby. Step out there. Take up your space. Do what you need to do. So that's why I quit being so hard on myself, because I started second guessing myself and I felt as if I wasn't enough. So now, moving on to number 3, I stopped expecting for good things to just happen. You know, you can't just sit down and wait around on a handout. You actually have to get up, put forth the effort, put in the work, and do what needs to be done. I'm sorry. Excuse me. And do what needs to be done. Because if you sit around and wait on a handout all the time, eventually, baby, somebody gonna run out of hands and they ain't gonna have nothing else to give out. You know, people can't pour from an empty cup. If they're busy pouring into your hand because you're sitting up here like this, what else are you gonna do if you went around to everybody in the world just like this? Nothing at all. So get up, get out, put in the work, put forth the effort, and do what you got to do. Grind hard. And plus, you will appreciate it more if you went out and got it yourself. Because I've noticed I'm going to use my kids, for example. When they get up and they actually clean up without me asking them to, their room stays clean for a long time. However, if myself or their grandmother, whenever she's here, cleans it, baby, they don't appreciate it. They're going to mess it right up. Like, we didn't clean it up in the first place, so we're not messing up our hard work. So, no. Go out and get it yourself. You will appreciate it and adore it a whole lot more because you went and got it. You put forth the effort to getting it. And you're going to be proud of yourself, so you're going to take care of it. You're going to treat it like a little baby, you know? Yeah. So, number 4. This is my favorite, and this is the one that I had the hardest time with. The expectations of others. All of my life, I wanted to be the perfect daughter, perfect friend, perfect mother, just everything. I just wanted to be the best at everything simply because I was expected from other people to do certain things regardless of what goes on, whether it's reciprocated or not. And I struggled with that for the longest because I always wanted to feel accepted by somebody. And later, I learned, hey, I'm not happy because I'm doing everything everybody else wants me to do. What does Ashley want? What does Ashley really want for herself? Not what others expect of her. What does Ashley really want for herself? Once I figured that out and I started doing things my way, of course, I hit a few bumps in the road, but nothing I can't handle, baby. Those tough lessons bring out a tough person, trust me. And I started meeting different people and knowing what I wanted for myself, it allowed me to not become another yes man to people. and always saying, yes, I'll do it. Yeah, you got it. Yes, I'll do it. Knowing I didn't have time for it. I was stretching myself thin. I became a yes man, and I became very unhappy because I was doing other things for other people that they wanted to do and that they liked. But I wasn't pursuing things that Ashley liked. So, of course, that's another way you can also lose yourself, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. So know exactly what you want. Like, know what you expect of yourself. I don't really like using the word expect because expectations are a butthole, man. But anyway, being a yes man, that brings me to the next one. I quit being a yes man. I quit being a yes man. I basically said everything in the one before, but I quit being a yes man. I stopped saying yes to everything. I learned how to say no because I spent time working on myself and working on knowing exactly what Ashley wanted out of life and what Ashley needed to do to go get that certain thing or certain items or possessions that she wants out of life. And with that being said, my favorite quote for that is, the biggest project you will ever work on is you. Remember that. Write it down. Put it somewhere where you see it every day and know that that is the biggest project that you will ever face in life is yourself. So no need to compete with others. No need to try to step on others' toes and try to beat them at their own game. Baby, compete with yourself. And I guarantee you, if you're in your niche and you're in your right lane and you're just competing with the person that you were yesterday, you're good. You're good. Because there's going to be a lot of people out there doing the things that you do, but nobody's going to do it like you. Boom. And that's just that on that. Another thing, I stopped being afraid to take risks. I'm not going to say that I was just always afraid of taking risks, but it was also certain things I'd be like, I don't know. I'm not going to do that. You know, I've never heard of that. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay right here. I'm good right here. Got comfortable. Now, when I started taking these risks, I ain't gonna lie, like Big Sean said, baby, I'm about taking risks that might F up your life. But I can say I was a winner on the other side of it. After that risk was taken, I went through what I had to go through with it, but I came out on the other side with a win. And I don't regret doing any of it. I feel good. It's like I look back at it, I'm like, dang, that was a bad situation. Actually, why did you do that? Then I look at the outcome and I'm like, and I'll do it again. So, last but not least, settling. Settling is one of the biggest things I see a lot of people do. They feel as though that they've accomplished one thing, that they should settle there and not try to go any further. Now, I'm going to use myself for an example. I have a house that I live in. It is paid for. I own it. I own the land that it sits on. Now, I want something bigger and better. I have been called ungrateful for wanting that, which I am grateful for what I have, because if I did not have it during this pandemic, baby, I probably would have been out on the streets. And I'm so grateful for this. I am thankful for it. But I don't settle. I know that I could have more, but hey, I'm not selling this. Baby, this is mine. I'm not selling it. This is an investment, investment to help me with the other bigger and better ish that I want, So never settle. Always follow your light. If not, you'll lose it, Like that little light that you see at the end of the tunnel, don't stop just because it seems like it's so far away. It could be closer than you actually think that it is. So don't settle. Keep going. Lead or be led astray. Like, Go straight for that light. Don't settle for anything, because once you settle, you get complacent. You start making all kind of mistakes, and then you're old and can't do anything. You're sitting up there like, oh, if I could have did this, or I should have did this. Don't start with the woulda, coulda, shouldas, because baby, it's time. Get up and do it now. Stop settling. Get out that rut and keep pushing. Like, it's okay to take breaks, and it's okay to fail, because when you fail, you learn from it. There's not one person on this earth, I could probably guarantee you, that has never failed that is winning now, or has won and never failed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a success story. And the thing that makes that success story so good are those failures, and those areas where you didn't try to hide. You just used them to build you up and encourage you. So never, ever, ever, ever settle. Okay? Never settle. Ladies, don't settle for anything, baby. If you want your hair long, get it long. If you want your hair nappy, baby, do it. Don't settle for what you used to. Don't settle for what people tell you is okay. Shoot, if that man ain't good enough, baby, don't settle for him just because he got a little change in his pocket. Baby, get out there and get your change and go find you somebody else, But don't settle, guys. Please don't settle. Like, I think it was only one time where I said, no, I'm not going to say it was just one time. It was a couple times, but I know y'all are probably tired of hearing it. But the one time that I settled that I can think of that was really, really big, and I settled in it for a long time. And that was when I was drinking a bunch of alcohol. I settled there because I got comfortable. I felt like, hey, while I'm here, I could just drown in all of my problems. Even though when I woke up the next morning, they were still there, but I got comfortable just drinking those problems away. I settled. I didn't try to get up and find another way to heal or cope with anything. I settled. And once I came out of that and I gave up settling, y'all ain't gonna lie, my life been great. It ain't just been the best life, but it's been great. I have no complaints. No complaints. I'm happy. I feel good. I feel like I'm finally on the right path, So yeah, don't settle, baby. Don't even settle for that job. If the job ain't treating you right, quit. But hey, have a backup plan now. Don't just quit and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. At least know what you want to do for yourself and start pursuing it. And don't expect a big outcome right when you start. And when you do something that you love, and don't do it expecting money, because the money is not going to come right off. Like, you're going to lose more money than you gain at the beginning. If you didn't learn anything else, take that with you. Trust me. So that's pretty much all I have with this episode. I didn't want to keep you guys long today. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday morning, or whenever you're listening to this. I hope your Monday was great. I hope the rest of your week is even better. Peace and blessings to all of you. I will be back next week. And also, guys, I want to ask that you either email me or contact me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever. My links are listed down below. Send me in questions. I want to get together a Q&A episode for you guys to get to know me. Whatever you ask me, I have to answer it. I'm not shy, but be respectful now. I'll still answer it, but be respectful. So yeah, send your questions in. I'll be back with you guys next week with another good episode. You like my makeup? And also the video at the beginning is on my TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. Share my videos. Bye. Have a great week.